think you could spit a little bar. We give you a couple words.
Maybe
2 words, not 4.
I like to blow my trumpet and that, do you know what I mean? In my last fight, I had to watch my weight. I'm eating too much, even though I'm a heavyweight.
Hey!
I'm on time and I'm never ever late. I'm hustling hard so I can go on and be a great. In JD, chilling with my mates. I stay low key, never ever moving bait. Keep it calm, ring the alarm.
Podcast is
Man
intended
chat,
for mature
get
audiences.
slapped with my
The
palm.
reflecting any of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe it's right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record for pay-per-view. Me.
My job. I know my job. I know my situation. I want to fight. That's how I feel.
Production.
Check it, you know. This fight is gonna be very difficult for both of us.
Boxingvoice.com. Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another morning edition with the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, and I'm joined alongside Michael Gross and Thanos Haymon with all the belts. It's fucking right. PBC on the Thanos Infinity Stones mission collected all the belts. PBC fighter Andy Ruiz has 4. PBC fighter Deontay Wilder has 1. PBC handler Al Haymon has the Thanos glove. But that's not what we're talking about anyway. Mike decided, let's talk about, good old AJ coming back. Good old AJ accepting a rematch and, according to his promoter, wanting to get revenge on Andy Ruiz. So this is what we're going to be talking about. Can he get revenge? Is he mentally there? Physically, would he be able to deal with the speed and combination punches of Andy Ruiz a second time? That's what we're asking ourselves amongst friends, right? Is it possible for AJ to get these belts back? Or is it too late? This is what we're going to be talking about. You know the number to call in, 1425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Now, don't forget, you could add Nestor Gibbs and be part of the conversation from anywhere in the world. As long as you download that Skype app, it just doesn't matter. You can download the Skype app absolutely free. While you're there downloading free shit, download Patreon, another free app. Once you get there, go to patreon.com/The Boxing Voice. Check us out for exclusive, behind the scenes, never before heard, seen podcasts, things like Untitled. We're going to be doing today. We have a film study today. We got so much going on. There's posts in there that you could just talk. Our community page is blowing up. Shout out to Jordan Baker, Carlito, H Money, Jemmy, always in the community page, very active. But good morning to my co-host, Big Mike.
Dazn Production.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
Boxingvoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. And he stayed at 147.
A man stand up for what he believe in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it.
Boxingvoice.com.
Yo. Good morning, everybody out there in the TBV universe. Back with another one. And really, this show is about Anthony Joshua. Can he come back? Is he a bigger star in the rematch if he's victorious? Now, check out my perspective. I think Anthony Joshua is absolutely a bigger star if he wins the rematch. Everybody loves a comeback story. Everybody loves the underdog story. We got Rudy. We got all kind of movies out there where the underdog comes through, and he did that this weekend. But a comeback story, a guy who faces adversity and is able to come back from that, people love. And I do think if Joshua was able to come back in December and beat Andy Ruiz in a fashion that is entertaining and good for the public, he could possibly be a bigger star now because everybody knows him now. Everybody knows he's the guy that lost to the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. So his profile has been risen in the States, even though that's not the way they wanted.
I was about to say that, risen negatively.
I know. Let me finish, big dog. You had your chance. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but we'll break it down. We'll get into it and we'll talk about it. Ness, what's going on, brother, man?
Man, another day, another podcast, man. I want to work like a slave today. I'm keeping it real. I just do. I'm going on away from town in a bit. Got a couple of hours. Today's my last day to pack. So I want to leave TBV family with as much content as possible. Shout out to everyone that tuned into our show late night last night. Titled Shocker. Joey DeWelko knocked out Anthony Joshua in sparring. Those are the rumors being flown around by possible AJ protectors, saying that AJ just wasn't quite himself when he went in the ring with Andy Ruiz, saying that AJ had a concussion, saying that AJ argued with Eddie Hearns, in the ring after the fight because he had, wanted so badly for AJ to pull out of this fight. Do we believe the excuses that are coming out? Is it acupuncture on the face? Was it some sort of release of tension because of the concussion? And that's why he had this mark on his face. Or was that simply the mark that was put on him when he got knocked out in sparring?
By Joey DeWelko, yeah.
If he got knocked out in sparring. Was it that he got knocked out in sparring? And is that what made this fight a little more difficult for him? We don't know, honestly. AJ has decided he will not make excuses, and credit to him. He's giving Andy Ruiz all the credit.
And that's what I can respect.
Yeah, me too. It was a good scrap. A lot of people are writing AJ off, but he dropped Ruiz
how
first.
long is that damn soundbite?
Say what?
How long is that soundbite?
That's pretty long. He was the one that dropped Ruiz first, right? And I think it was just a matter of he got the fight took out of him. He wasn't used to seeing a guy get back up and pound on him after scraping himself off the floor. So maybe he lost a little confidence there. Maybe he said, damn, do I not have nothing on, no mustard on my punches? How is Ruiz coming forward? Because after that, Ruiz took a very solid 1-2, didn't go down, and countered right behind it. Boom, boom. And that's what really hurt Joshua. So it's difficult to tell. Now, as far as Mike believing that AJ could be bigger if he wins the rematch with Andy Ruiz, I'm just not quite sure. I think the splash was made now. And whatever popularity boost or profile rising he was going to get, he got it. All that he could do now, in my opinion, is get credibility. Credibility, what do I mean by that? I mean, well, if he goes back and avenges this loss, we all know who he lost to. And it's slightly different. Before this fight, we didn't even know who he was fighting. So it was hard to give him credit. Now that the guy upset him, he could just simply go back in there and beat and possibly get credit for it. But I don't know about getting more shine because it's too late. It's the unknown already happened. The unknown champion became champion. The underdog, it just isn't going to make as much sense or headlines the other way around. Oh, wow, Anthony wins his belts back. It's not going to get as much traction as the first Mexican heavyweight. But
it's not about that, though, Ness.
I know it's not. I know it's not, but you said that he would get more popularity, and I think it's not because Andy Ruiz
I think
looks
he is
like
a bigger star after the loss, though, because of all the publicity that's been getting, good, bad, or indifferent. When people are talking about you, they're talking about you. So your name is on people's tongue now. If you're able to come back and wheel off 2 or 3 wins in a row, then that Wilder fight looks like it's a big possibility.
Yeah, no. My argument is this, Mike. It's not gonna make the same impression. It isn't a fat boy beating you up. It isn't a fat boy beating up an Adonis. It will never make the same impression. What happened wasn't supposed to happen, so that's why we're shocked. That's why that news is traveling so much. If AJ would have just went through the motions and beat the fat boy like he was supposed to, he wouldn't have gotten this amount of publicity. So
and
now
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but now that's what I'm telling you. Just because he turns around and does it a second time, it's still the same thing. You still beat a fat boy nobody cared about. Now, if that fat boy beats you again, motherfucker, you done.
Yeah. Now that is true, but if he comes back and beat Andy for his titles, I feel like the people that didn't watch the first fight will definitely tune in for the second fight. And if Joshua was able to win, his name in America, like, let's be real, his name in America is bigger than what it was Friday going into that fight.
Look, I don't want to
Can
say
we
this.
agree on that?
Yeah, it's bigger, but I don't know if it's for the right reasons.
Let's get out the reason, man. The
Nah,
reason
we can't because
It,
I know that we use the cliche all news is good news, but
Thank you.
it all depends on the news. I'ma just be real, my man. I'ma just
Bruh,
be real.
I understand that, and that's why I'm saying if he comes back and win, if he come back to lose, nigga, that shit over. What I'm saying now is irrelevant. But he's come back and win
I
on
get you,
this
man.
news and
I guess you just don't get my argument. Like, if he wins, Teddy Atlas will never flip out on ESPN again. He'll never
he's
talk
supposed
about
to
Fat
win.
Boy.
Yes, he's supposed to win.
But
I
that's
agree
my
with that.
point. So how do you get bigger than this if it ain't
Because
gonna
you
get the same
already lost. You
traction?
already did what you need to do to be bigger.
But
Your
that's what
name
I'm
is out
telling
there
you.
already.
But
Just
that's
come
what
back
I'm telling
from
you, Mike. There's some people that know he lost. Like, oh my God, did you hear this beautiful man? This Adonis lost. You think that news is gonna travel just as fast when he wins? It's not, because it's not a Fat Boy winning anymore. It's not a guy like me and you. The news it ain't gonna be a shocker. It ain't gonna be on everybody's headline. Guess why? Because it's not a shocker. What's supposed to happen happened, so we gonna brush it under the rug. When it ain't supposed to happen, that's when we be like, holy smokes. And that's why right now this news is sticking and flying, because Andy Ruiz is the definition of holy shit.
I totally agree with that. And speaking of Mexican Americans, we have our very own Mexican American on the line that wants to give his take on the fight over this weekend. Our very own Rainwalk Danny. He's our Vegas correspondent, really our West Coast
He better
correspondent.
give us a Mexican warrior cry. Don't be calling on here talking about good morning when you got a Mexican champ. Now, Areola couldn't do it.
Nah, champ. So I am gonna say good morning. I'm at work, so I can't do the Mexican cry. Look, man. I'm gonna be the first to say the morning of the fight, we was on a group FaceTime. I know I was talking to R&V and Javi and a couple others, and I said that I wasn't supporting Andy because I thought he acted like a fanboy at the press conference, wanting to take a picture with the belts and shit. Like, my thing is, if you don't physically take those belts out of his hands, you know, why is you acting like a fanboy? But you know what? I will say that.
Hey, maybe that shit motivated him, bro. Once he touched them belts, he was like, "Damn, I need to have my hands on him again."
No, definitely, and that's what he did. He took those belts, and you know, he made us proud. I spoke to my grandparents.
But Danny, hold on. Let me ask you one quick question. How did you feel about AJ letting him hold the belts?
Corny. I thought it was completely corny as a champion. I feel like he almost like jinxed himself.
Yeah, I wouldn't say jinx. I would just say that he was too confident.
I mean,
too confident. You know, handing someone the belts is like when you on the b-ball court, Mike, and you're like, "Yo, check the rock," and he checks it up, and you're like, "Yo, check the rock," and you throw that shit back at him, and you just keep checking it. You know what I mean? Or when you put it in his face, like, take it, and you swatch it back, and you cross on him. Like, that's what he was doing. He was just showing him what he could get.
The best analogy, man, is when you
I'm
shooting for the ball first. And you're like, no what? I ain't gonna shoot for it, nigga. You take it. Your ball first. And he proceeds to whoop your ass on that court 7-0. That's what happened to Joshua Saturday night.
Exactly. See, I've never seen that before. I've seen, you know, fighters, they hand them one half of the belt if they're posing with the belt or belts together. I've seen that. But I've never seen to where, here, go take pictures like this, a photo shoot. But you know what? I take, you know, I don't regret my words because that's how I felt. But you know what? I told R&V, I'm like, if you don't physically take those belts, don't take no picture with him. And you know what? He went in there and literally physically took those belts from AJ. So I'm happy for him. You know, it's like those. To me, this is probably like the biggest upset that I've ever seen in my lifetime. You get what I'm saying? Like, for sure, by far the biggest upset.
Listen,
and monumental.
I know you want to rant. I just want to interrupt you. Since we call you Canelo Swift on the low, meaning you're in love with Canelo and you're definitely Danny Swift fan, do you think that Andy Ruiz has the possibility? Yesterday we had a very popular show. If you haven't caught it, check it out on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, right here on youtube.com/Thaboxingvoice, where we compared Andy Ruiz and his possibilities of getting bigger than Canelo. Do you believe that Andy Ruiz, the Mexican-American unified heavyweight champion, has the possibility to be bigger or a bigger star than Canelo? Because he's already bigger.
No, I mean, yeah, obviously Wade was. No, I don't think. No, I don't think so. Reason being, Canelo's been doing this for years, man. He's been champion for years. He's been on those big stages for years. He's been the face of
But let me
Mexican
mix
boxing.
this in. Let me mix this in because I can make an argument, right? It's like, yeah, Canelo's been here, but he lost to Laura. He lost to Floyd. He lost to Cotto. He lost to Gennady. Like, there's fight fans out there that believe that way. There's fight fans that believe Canelo lost those fights. We're talking about a guy who actually won the fight by knockout, not controversial. We're talking about a guy that was 22-1 underdog. Canelo has never beaten someone where he was such a dog. I mean, the closest dog he was versus Gennady, and he got a draw, which was controversial. Now, you're telling me it is your belief as a Mexican-American that if Andy Ruiz Jr. defeats Deontay Wilder, he is not bigger than Canelo Alvarez?
Not right now. I mean, say he beats him in the rematch, and say he's able to win a couple other like notable fights. I mean, maybe he could get on that level. But what I was getting at earlier, I spoke to my grandfather yesterday. He's a boxing degenerate like me. He says that he didn't hear shit about it till I called him. Like, they weren't even talking about the fight, not even after Andy won. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is on the sport networks in Mexico. This is the first ever Mexican champion or champion.
Listen, it's going to take some time, champ. It's going to take some time, but they're doing the rounds. The news is getting out there, and,
I hope
there's so many highlights of this fight spread out across the world. Everyone's social media, everywhere you look, 30,000 here, 100,000 here, 200 there, 50 here, 15, 30, 1,000. It's crazy. I think he's getting traction. It might take a little bit longer. It might take a little bit longer, but I think that he is the right man for the job, too. I don't know if you guys heard him in the post-fight press conference, but he was like, yeah, man, now I'm champ. I'm just going to work even harder so I can be the Mexican Anthony Joshua. Like, he wants to change his body. When we had him on this show, he said he wanted to change his body, but he's still eating Snickers and weighing 268, put on an extra 5 pounds for this fight with Joshua compared to his Dimitrenko weight. But look, I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and the only thing I give a fuck about is you throwing them punches and letting them hands go, and that's what he's been doing, man. It's a different story. Canelo's winning tight fights. This guy is knocking dudes out, and he speaks English, what Canelo doesn't. I'm gonna look. It's all good. Your opinion is yours, and you're not the only one to believe that he cannot be bigger than Canelo. I had an entire show on it where I was probably the underdog in that belief, but I'm gonna keep banging the drum. I believe he can. The heavyweight division is a special division. It brings out the casual fans, and if he can beat heavyweights, listen, all he got to do is beat AJ one more time, and Al Haymon could put him on the biggest profile-raising tour out there. He could fight Areola, Travis Kaufman, and then Adam Kovnacki, undefeated dude. And then in that whole fight span, build it up with Wilder. To this day, Mexico versus Puerto Rico. To this day, Cinco de Mayo. To this day, Mexican independence. To this day, Dallas, San Antonio. Talk to me. Staples Center.
Champ, let me ask you this. Real quick. So we're hearing that there's a rematch clause. I've read a couple articles where Andy said that he actually would love the rematch in Mexico, and I feel like Andy has the leverage.
Yeah, I mean, we had a few guests on, man, talking the contract, and the contract is that, bro. He's gonna have to abide by the contract. Now, he does have a special man in his corner, Al Haymon. If Al could somehow find a loophole, if Eddie and Matchroom wrote that contract up and they fucked up in the fine print and Al could find a way out, well, then they'll find a way out. Because I've been hearing the same thing that you've been hearing in terms of Andy Ruiz saying he wants it in Mexico and Andy Ruiz saying he's the boss now and he has the power. But in actuality, there's a contract in play. This is no different than the lease, nigga. Yeah, that car's yours for the next 36 months. You in a contract. Oh, you don't want it? Pay a penalty to give it back, So there's a penalty if he doesn't go forward with these fights. I don't know if they can actually strip him, though. Maybe they can sue him. Now, I'll bring Mike into this conversation. Mike, what do you think it's worth to Al Haymon? How big of a lawsuit would you accept to breach your contract? Now, we're going to hypothetically assume as boxing fans here, this is all hypothetical moving forward. Hypothetically, we're assuming that the sanctioning bodies don't get involved in the promoter and promoter contracts. Sanctioning bodies only get involved in the fighter and the sanctioning body and what that fighter has to do for the sanctioning body. Rematch clauses are something that a promoter puts in the contract. So if Al decides, fuck you, sue me. Sue me. I still got all the belts. I'm Thanos. We're going to do our own thing on the PBC world. Maybe because of lawsuit, Eddie could stop Andy from actually fighting in fights, because if he loses those belts, the rematch means anything.
Now, look, if I'm Al Haymon, I'll definitely push for the rematch. But what I do is I try to push for the rematch not in the UK. I feel like if Andy beat him over here, then he should come back and try to get his belts from over here. I know that's far-fetched, and Eddie's going to push
what about
for
just
UK.
not going? How much you think that fine is? Like,
And depends on how smart Eddie
how
was
big is the
in the
lawsuit?
contract.
If you're Eddie and Al, fuck you, sue me. What number do we see the headline? Like, how much is he suing Al for? How much is those belts worth?
He's going to sue Al for the cost of the event that he's going to put on in UK. He's going to say, this cost me X amount of dollars, let's just say 30 million.
But how would a judge rule in favor of Eddie if you're saying, look, he's going to cost me this money? Because the way boxing works is you can't put on an event till the event. So, like, how is he saying you're costing
That's
me?
like you going and doing, like, signing a contract for a podcast gig, and you get there and you're like, you know what? This ain't really the gig. That last time was cool, but this time I ain't really feeling it.
No,
Even though you already signed.
Slightly different. They got to give me something up front. Remember, Andy received something.
What do you receive?
Yeah, it's slightly different. So you're saying if I sign for a podcast gig, so the only way it would be the same is if I signed for a podcast gig and they gave me free equipment. You get it? Because Andy has these belts. That's the contract. That's the issue. Andy got the belts now. Oh, you don't want to fight? Fine. But you took the belts. So that's why there's kind of this like, uh-oh. You know what I mean? And that's what we need to figure out. That's really, it's going to be an interesting 7 months. We're going to be reporting some interesting shit.
Because I want to see how it plays out with the home court advantage. And if Al's going to say, hey, you know what, Andy? I eat that. You know what? Yeah, let's have a Mexican tour for you and get you 2 or 3 fights and just make your damn star bigger and bigger.
And I think, bro, the dude deserves it. Like,
but at the same time,
not going to get this opportunity if you. Go ahead.
If you're Andy and Al tells you, you know what, we ain't going to do that rematch, and you kind of thinking like, damn, I just beat him, nigga. You don't believe in me?
Nah, that ain't what you're going to think. You going to go with the advisor that got you here. You heard him. I just want to thank God. I want to thank Al Haymon. Bruh, you heard him. You heard him.
By the way, just for my argument, the Dazn USA page from the Andy Ruiz and Joshua highlights have 8.5 million views. That is a lot of views for the Zone
you know
on the YouTube page. Go ahead.
Them dudes wasted no time. Like, you don't. I can't get fired because they didn't hire me, and that's what they get for.
And for the Zone, it's not about them bigging up AJ. It's about them bigging up our motherfucking platform.
Yes,
making our platform bigger.
Dude,
no matter what happens.
AJ as a joke. You ain't see their fucking Instagram.
Yeah, that was distasteful, but I don't think it was. I think just like every other.
Joke. Listen, that's what social media is. Social media is shock factor. Yeah. So the more you shock people, the more followers you get. So that's what they did. The AJ curse, the Drake curse is real. They posted that. But you know what? That's also a stab. It's like, oh, you don't want to sign a long-term contract? You want that fight by fight? Here's that knife in your side. Yeah. That's me sinking in the knife.
You think that they took a shot at him purposely?
My man, if he was a Canelo 10-fight dealer, you think they was going to post that shit? You think they was going to show the world that he got cursed by Drake? Get the fuck out of here, bruh. That's my franchise fighter. If you the face of the Zone, why I'm gonna clown you? Oh, but you don't want to be the face. You want that fight by fight shit? Oh, all right. Oh shit. And we thought you were special. Now we realize that this. What? You talking about the Boy Scout just beat you up? No way.
But if you're the Zone, I mean, you looking like this may be the best thing that could happen to us. You know what I'm saying? We had a fight that people were shitting on that Bob Arum said he's fighting a fat boy.
Controversy
That
sells,
Dylan
baby.
White said he won't make it 4 rounds. Everybody thought that this fight wasn't gonna be shit, but it turns out, man, this fight may be the biggest fight on the zone since they started. You know what I'm saying?
But
And
it didn't. The
biggest
rumor
reaction.
is 5 to 10,000 views. Now, obviously, these views
Live?
live. Yes, but again, same rumors that came out about DAZN when he did 15,000 views, you know? And that's the issue with DAZN. They only want to release
My
when they're
nigga,
hot.
hold on.
Remember
For
the
my Twitter
Povetkin?
page and my IG page to be going off like that night, 15,000 views, ain't no way in hell, bro.
Yeah, well, you're quantifying things a bit. I don't know. I think you're just doing it wrong, right? Like, we don't gotta watch the fight, you and I, and we haven't watched certain fights, but social media tells us, and reposting is instantaneous. That's why it spreads like wildfire. You don't have to watch the fight. Again, DAZN put it on their YouTube immediately and highlights on their social media. Like, they didn't waste any time. Their marketing strategy, I don't know. I don't think it's to make money this year. I mean, if you notice, everything they got, they
understand, though.
drop on their YouTube instantly.
The same thing
Sometimes
goes for,
I feel like, yo, Rick is being ripped off paying for fucking DAZN. I was going to say me, but it's Rick. Shout out to Rick. Rick is being ripped off for paying DAZN because it's like, motherfucker, you giving it to these niggas for free. I got to pay $10 a month, $20 a month, $100 a year, but the average boxing fan is sitting at home watching their social media. Oh, AJ got knocked out. YouTube.com/DAZN. And now it's on there. It's that simple. All their fights have been like that. Same day. No waiting. No waiting, Mike. Like, oh, you want to see the highlight reel? It's on their Instagram. It's on their Twitter.
But
Not
I
only
think
that,
they're using
and
YouTube
listen,
to like
and I'm
push
not
their
downing
product,
them.
though.
And they are. And I'm not downing them because I follow multiple DAZNs. So they had DAZN, like, oh man, what country was it? I think Italy. And they had a picture of AJ right there, and they had like 7,500 likes at that time when I seen it, which was the day of the fight, long time ago now. Obviously, popularity of this fight has raised.
But one thing that I want to piggyback on real quick, Jesus and Mero comes on Showtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
But their clips and their like interviews and their segments are all on Showtime. Jesus and Mero YouTube page. So the zone is pretty much doing what they see successful people do. Because in my opinion, Jesus and Mero YouTube page get more views than their Showtime actual live show. So with that being said,
I mean, in your opinion, but you don't have any way to, tally up Showtime's views.
that's true. That's true. But their clips do very, very good when they put them on YouTube, and they don't wait. They put them on YouTube the same night, 30 minutes after the show. So they are looking at the landscape and understanding that keeping content is not always the best thing to do no more. You know what I'm saying? Because there are hackers, there are streaming sites. So the best thing for you to do is put this shit out and get the views yourself and run ads through your highlights, and that's what DAZN is doing. So I don't see no problem with that at all. But real quick, we got a tweet from Lance Pugmire. Told that Saturday, Andy Ruiz stunned over AJ, ranked just behind the first two Canelo fights for the best total viewership of fights so far on DAZN. So behind Rocky Fielding and behind Jacobs,
which means 3, 4, 500,000.
Yeah.
You know,
because remember the last fight did 600,000.
And remember how they're wording it. Ranks right underneath, right behind. No actual physical number. So Canelo ranked 600,000. But since there's nothing comparable, if AJ only ranked 200, yeah, he's still right behind him. It's only two people. Like, come on, bro. They're just too slick. Listen, I sat down with Joe McCloskey. They're not releasing numbers unless they're good. If this did good, expect a press release with AJ. DAZN made $1 million with the Andy Ruiz fight. Expect that. The same way they did for Canelo. If you don't see that, it did not do good. Check my interview with Joe McCroskey. They are a privately owned company. They don't have to release numbers, and they are only purposely releasing numbers when it suits them. And he says it in my interview, word for word. He says, something like, I'm going to paraphrase here. He says something like, Americans like to show off, so we felt we needed to because we're doing good. He said, when you're doing good, you want the world to know. Something like that. But go check it yourself. And
Real quick,
we'll
back
see.
to my
All I know is this, Mike. Canelo numbers were released a lot quicker than this.
shit like that same week
A
or
lot quicker
Monday,
than this.
Tuesday.
So for this fight to be so big, in your opinion, and it did spread across the world. I want to believe that an upset reaches more people than the favorite winning. I'm surprised that we haven't gotten a release on the numbers yet. I'm surprised.
One thing I do want to say about AJ profile has been written. When you are the first thing that Charlamagne the guy talks about Monday morning, or you are on first take for losing, or you are being heckled by these comedians or being reposted by 50 Cent.
90
A lot of
seconds.
guys who didn't know you now. A lot of guys who once followed you probably will follow you now, or even follow Andy because they want to see what Andy does from here on. And AJ, the exact same way. When you are in a big time fight and you are in a big time upset, that's what made Buster Douglas' name synonymous for boxing for years and years to come. He would never be forgotten, and neither would Andy. But the comeback story, if you're able to
60
win,
seconds.
able to keep on that progression like you were before the fight, I think your star has totally risen, and I feel like the American public likes a comeback story. I mean, if he's come back and beat Andy, then comes back and beats fucking Wilder or Fury or whoever, then people are gonna flock towards him and really appreciate the comeback story. But there's still a far fetched idea because of the way that he lost this weekend. So we just got to see how he reacts down the line.
Yeah, man. Let's open up these phone lines, man. Let's hear from the callers, see what they got to say. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
10
These calls
seconds.
are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Going out to Mastermind in Texas. Joseph, what up on the road?
What up, fellas? Good morning. Yeah, that's right. Let me get that out there. Yo, man, I agree with you, Ness. I think Anthony Joshua. I honestly believe he became a household name after this weekend, and for all the wrong reasons. So even if he comes back and beats Andy Ruiz, he was supposed to be. People were looking like, oh, well, he should have won the first time. You know what I mean? So it's what's done is done there. As far as the Wilder fight, we're still gonna get it one day, but like I said, it'll never mean what it could have been. It'll never be two undefeated, giants going at it like it could have. But as for
Why
Andy
do we
Ruiz,
do that though?
he stay winning.
Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson went undefeated when they faced each other. Evander and Mike went undefeated when
And
they
it
faced
wasn't
each other.
the same. It wasn't. But Mike, that's what I'm saying. Just like Evander, you see, but you got to think back to Evander and Tyson. That fight wasn't the same after that. Even as big as Pacquiao Mayweather was, it didn't mean the same thing.
Yo, I know you're driving, Joseph, but you got to keep that receiver to your mouth, bro. You're going all over the place.
I'm sorry. All right. How's that? Better?
Yes.
Even Pacquiao Mayweather, though, that fight was still a huge event, but it didn't mean what it could have meant.
Yeah, it wasn't the same. We complained. We knew it wasn't the same.
And Wilder,
we still talk about it not being
Was
the
it
same.
because of a loss or because it took too long?
No, it was because of the loss. Because
What?
Pacquiao got knocked the fuck out.
It was because of the loss.
So you telling me
because
after he
now
got
we
knocked out, 4 million people still bought it because they didn't think he was gonna win?
Absolutely. Because people hate Mayweather. And
That's true.
And that was
That's
the
true.
only guy they thought could beat Mayweather. And I'm sitting there like, y'all some dummy motherfucker. I wish I was betting back then. I wish
Real
not
quick.
because he was a favorite.
if you're listening right now on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. If you want to go one step farther, head over to Patreon/The Boxing Voice and go ahead and sign up to our Patreon page where you can get all kind of perks. You know what I'm saying? Get nice T-shirts, Patreon only T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? And just become like part of the movement. You know what I'm saying? TBV getting bigger and bigger and try to take over this whole boxing landscape. And if you don't have the zone, look in our description box right now and go ahead and sign up using our link. Now, the first month is no longer free. Sorry about that. They said we need some money. So the first month is $19.99, or you can buy the year package for $99 a year, and which equates to about $8.33. And you can see Gennady Golovkin next weekend, as well as Canelo and Joshua later on in the year.
Is Gennady this Saturday?
You know he is. Gennady versus Steve Rose, baby.
Damn,
June
I wonder if they're gonna let me watch the zone from another territory, or do I gotta be in the U.S. for the app to work?
I thought the Dominican Republic was. No, it's not part of the U.S. That's Puerto Rico.
That's America.
That's Puerto Rico.
I mean, that's Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Shit, I wish. I'm not born there, so I don't know the culture like that. But I've always, argued with my dad, like, that they dumb. Like, I would have been asking America for help. But I guess it's more than just asking for help. I think it's like they need something America need. Like, they need to have something America wants in order to, get it going. And
we got a super chat, by the way, from my guy, Eric Cruz, SOG, son of God. Is Ruiz bigger than Canelo? Not right now. Not right now, sir.
But of course not. I think people are misunderstanding the question. I never said right now. I said, can he be? And I preferenced it with another win over AJ. And in my opinion, you watch.
Let's be honest, though, Ness. I hate to do this shit, but Canelo got that look, big dog. He got the hair. He got the motherfucking horse pose with his shirt off. He got his daughter in his arms and shit. He has the look, so I don't think he can be a bigger star than Canelo because Canelo gonna bring in the women. At the end of the day, man, you know me, I'm consistent with my shit.
I hear you.
When you have that look, you get a little bit more fans, like Ryan Garcia,
you proving
like
my point.
Tank Davis, like Earl Spence, like Deontay Wilder. Those guys are nice looking young men. Andy Ruiz, no disrespect to you, brother, but you ain't gonna be on the GQ a magazine.
That's
maybe
not
you will.
True. That's not true because GQ ain't got nothing to do with body, it's style.
That's true.
But you proving my point. How many people in this world look like Canelo and how many look like Ruiz? Because I don't even look like Ruiz, but I look more like Ruiz than I do like Canelo.
I'm gonna be honest, nigga. If you go out fucking IG, everybody look like Canelo.
Nah.
Everybody look good and shit.
Nah,
Come on,
that's
man.
not true because I'm on IG.
I know
you
it's
on
not true.
IG, and we got two pot bellies, nigga. Yo, who said it, man? Yo, listen, I think a caller said it yesterday. That was JP. He on the line too. Good morning, JP, rocking out with us in California on your way to work. He said, man, he brought Fat Boy season back. Man, we used to have to get in the pool with a shirt on. Now it don't matter. You see that big ass hole in my stomach? That's my own jacuzzi, girl. Jump in. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm talking about my navel. That's right. It's fat. It's wide. You can swim in it. That's right. Me and Andy Ruiz look more like each other and brothers than him and Canelo, man. And there's more of us than them. It's more of us that like pizza and burgers and popcorn and movies and soda pop and ice cream and Snickers. And if this man could keep doing it, what? We backing him. We backing him. Guaranteed, bruh. Guaranteed. Yo, if you watch the build-up, he had two big-ass Cholo Mexicans next to him, you know what I mean, doing workout with, like, he's motivating the community, bruh.
He totally is. He totally is, man. He has, man, I've been seeing posts that say, bruh, after Ruiz win, I ain't going back to the gym ever in my life. You know what I'm saying? The gym is overrated and shit. I see people post all kind of shit like that. So
on the biggest platforms too, you got Teddy Atlas saying that on ESPN. How many billions seen that shit, bruh? You got comedians making jokes. Yo, Ralphie May left and right. Like, bruh, listen.
It's amazing, bro.
Listen to me.
This is like a Cinderella story, like Cinderella Man, to be honest with you.
Just remember, everything that we've been here for years pumping about Wilder happened to Ruiz this weekend. Everything. Profile raising. We talk about Wilder raised his profile because of highlights. Ruiz got the biggest highlight in boxing, bruh. He got the. If Wilder would have
Niggas
knocked
like
out,
this year, yes.
if Wilder would have knocked out AJ, it wouldn't have made this much noise because there was a factor. There was a consensus of people that believed Wilder was going to be able to do that.
Yes.
No one thought this man could do it. His win is bigger. His win is bigger. Believe
His
that.
win is definitely bigger. That wasn't my the point, but the point was him being bigger than Canelo. Canelo got a whole country behind him. I understand. I don't know how the Mexico is going to react towards Ruiz. Maybe you can help me out with that because the American.
You tell me who's Canelo's Wilder? Who the fuck puts that much fear in the hearts of his fans like Wilder would? When Mexicans see that fucking Ruiz is gonna fight Wilder, go on your way. You going against the giant, man. Let's go. Viva Mexico. Come on, Ruiz. He's got cojones. Look at his balls, man. He's going against Wilder, man. AJ ain't want to do it, man. What the fuck? You crazy, bro. I watch boxing. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Boy.
I know what I'm talking about. They just did it for Mikey, dog.
It did.
So many Mexicans believe Mikey was about to beat Earl. If this dude beats AJ one more time, they're going to be like, yo, he ducking him. Wilder's ducking Ruiz. What? You think I'm playing? Bro, I've been doing this long enough to know the factions of,
they gonna start saying
nationalities.
Ruiz too?
I know the nationalities. I know the nationalities that back they fighters, bro. Pacquiao beats Thurman. Earl's ducking Pacquiao. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I lived through that Mayweather-Pacquiao era. I seen those YouTube comments. Filipinos is wild. Mexicans is wild. People back their own. UK people, you see, they wild. Like, they gonna back their own. If
yeah,
Andy,
bro, I would love to see that for Andy, bro. I would love to see that.
Let me tell you, all they gotta do is give Andy a common opponent. Give Andy Gerald Washington on a comeback. Gerald is from California. Andy needs to go back home and
No. You said it right. If he beats AJ, you give him Chris Arreola. You give him that big Mexican fight in Mexico or in California, and you all sell that motherfucker out.
Mexico City. You know, take us to Cancun. I remember Golden Boy took us to Cancun. Not the Jaime fight, but back when Golden Boy was Golden Boy with Al, they went to Cancun one time. I just couldn't afford it. I was like, damn. You know, I was covering boxing back there, but I was like, damn, I can't go cover no Mexico fight, let alone the Mexico fight they put on. They always put on some bullshit Mexico fights. This is a real Mexico fight.
Do you think Andy is going to be focused enough? Or is he going to be...
He said it in the press conference. He said, I'm champion now. I'm more motivated. I'm going to now... Okay. He said, now I'm going to go work hard to look like the Mexican AJ. Like, remember he told us on the show he wants to change his body? He still does. He still does. And this is going to add more motivation. Maybe he can't because, listen, you got to lift weights to change that fat at this point.
I want to even, nigga, fuck with it. If I ain't getting tired and I'm whooping ass like that, nigga, lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds. Listen,
but that's what you don't get, man. Like, people think, like, yo, not everyone is happy big. Like, you could act happy. You could act happy. You know, and you could be happy. But deep down inside, nigga, we all want to look good. We all want to look good. So, you know.
Some fat people, but nigga, think they, well, I don't say think, they feel like they do look good.
Yeah, and then you'll hear a fat person joke it off like, I ain't working out. Fuck that, I look good. Man, listen, if working out was like the Jetsons, I know I'm old and you don't know what Jetsons is.
Shit, nigga, space family.
All right, so if I could get in the fucking closet, get me a shape up and a chest in a matter of seconds, I'm doing it. I'm gonna just yeah. I need the.
That's why Ned's going to DR, y'all.
I need the rock chest today. You know what I'm saying? I get the pick.
Come back from a DR with some goddamn abs watch.
I get the pick. I want the rock pecs today, and I want to wear. Ooh, let me scroll. Oh yeah, what's my man from Troy? Brad Pitt. I want Brad Pitt abs. Give me Brad Pitt. Like, I wish it was like that, but it's not. But I bet you everybody does wish. Deep down inside, we all want to. Man, listen. You telling me I'm about to be on vacation on the beach and I ain't wish I look like Wilder, motherfucker? I wish I look like AJ right now. Why not? Why not? Don't tell me I want to look like Ruiz until today. Until today, motherfuckers, because Fat Boys is winning. I'm going to be on the beach with my shirt off. I wish I had an Andy Ruiz tattoo. That's right. He won. We fat. We out here. We living. So what? We
nigga said that one on the Andy Ruiz tattoo. We going too far.
Bruh, listen.
What's going on right now?
Andy Ruiz walks around a crowd of people. Andy Ruiz walks around a crowd of people right now, and you think he's the plumber till he whips out them belts. Then what? Then what? The conversations get crazy. Like, you beat AJ? People gonna start, it's motivation, man. It's motivation. You see someone just like you make it, you believe you can make it. And he's saying all the right things. All the right things. But let's get back to these calls.
Super
We got
chat
a boomerang.
from Anthony Edwards, know what I'm saying? The Queen City Cobra in this motherfucker. He says, Cruz ain't slim, and he nearly AJ me with one shot. Okay. Yeah, man.
I guess he's trying to tell you.
That's the hardest he ever been hit.
And I guess he's trying to tell you. No, I guess he's keeping it border wars. Because I was about to say, I guess he's trying to tell you Mexicans could punch, but Cruz ain't Mexican. He's Salvadorian. Let's go out to some boomerangers. Let me make sure I ain't got no masterminds or pound for pounders out there. They be getting tight at Ness and shit. Like, I ain't got 30 computers in front of me and shit. I got to Joseph, so we going out to...
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hey, yo, Skepta, on to them, boy. Oh, yeah, talk the boy, go suck out your mama bum boy. And give your father a bat you washed up.
Deej, what's going on in the UK, brother?
His profile being raised. Now, I don't know how it's being perceived in the USA. I can only go off what I've heard and seen on the YouTube channels. But like, there seems to be a little bit of a scramble for a couple of the AJ jumping to different fighters in the UK. So, hang on, can you still hear me? I feel like I'm cutting out.
Nah, we hear you. Just I added a few more people to the call that are calling in. Do apologize. Keep it going.
Oh. Yeah. So it feels like we're getting more Tyson Fury fans, more Dillian White fans. Everyone's sort of jumping out at the woodwork and chatting shit. So I feel like, Joshua's going to have to go out there and prove himself against a lot of these fighters on his doorstep and win them back. I don't think it's far-fetched to say that he can still do these Wembley shows. I don't think if he fights B-right fighters over here in Britain, but it's probably going to have to be some of these domestic guys talking crap. Like Dillian White said that he was so shit because he went on the juice and such. But I think Tyson Fury's been very clever in scooping himself quite a lot of Joshua fans, being complimentary, talking crap about it, beat Wilder already, all that sort of stuff. But I don't rock with Fury. He's a bit of a fraud in my eyes. But yeah, I think he's going to bounce back. This might be a movie moment. They're trying to add Klitschko to the narrative now to help him come back. It's going to be very interesting to see how Joshua returns and who can beat him.
Cut it.
Hey, Barry Joseph back on the boomerang.
Yo, Ness, I gotta say you're absolutely right about Steven Ruiz, who looks like you do something inspiring. I watched the fight at the bar the other night, and after he won, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was looking for the biggest motherfucker in there, and we was gonna have to box, but no, man, you're right, it does inspire you, but you're also right about Big Two, man. As comfortable as we are in our skin, we all want to look better. That's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing now for Border Wars. But I do gotta say, big boys, have y'all seen Andy Ruiz's girl? I've seen her on the interviews. He winning for all the big boys. He doing it all for all of us. So sure. I just had to throw that out there. He really winning. But yeah, man, you hit that right on the money, man. I don't care what no other big person say. It's cool looking like Andy Ruiz, but I'd rather look like Canelo. Just being honest with you.
Exactly. All right, brother. Thanks for calling in. Let's go to what looks like a new caller. Matt, talk to me.
What's going on, Matt, man? How you living?
Hi, Nez. How you going, guys?
We're good. Yeah.
Calling in from Norway. I'm obviously from the UK, so got a lot to say about this Joshua Ruiz situation.
Big ups to you.
Yeah, cheers, man. Thanks, guys. I've been following you for years. But I just wanted to say about Andy Ruiz, like, it's all based on his next fight. Like, if this one win against Joshua is going to define him as a star, as, like, the next big thing, it can't happen like that. If he beats Joshua next time in the next fight, in the rematch, this is going to transcend him. Deontay Wilder will have to fight him. Tyson Fury will have to fight him. And this will really transcend him. But it's all down to the next fight. All on that.
Agreed.
Definitely agree with that.
We're just thinking past that fight and the possibilities. Like, if he got past that fight.
Going both ways, though, like for AJ and Andy.
Yeah, absolutely. This is so big, this next fight. So big, both for AJ and Andy. And you know what? Andy put on a heck of a performance the other night, and he deserves all the credit. And you know what? No matter what happens in the next fight, Andy Ruiz is going to have his name in the history books because he stopped Anthony Joshua, and he deserves nothing but credit for that.
All right. Well, Matt, man, thanks for calling in. We're going to go to
That gotta be dope, though, bro.
MW 1000. MW. Gotta unmute yourself, MW. In the meantime, DJ, talk to me. All right, you guys got to figure out
dope, though, bro.
how you unmute yourselves on Skype, man. We're going to go to Marlon Sims, pro boxer. Talk to us. Marlon.
Oh, what's good? What's good? Oh, man, I'm just tuning. I'm just listening today. I probably hit one by accident, but everybody make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Show your love. Y'all listening, so make sure y'all smash that like button. That's my call.
All right, well, thanks for calling in.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
That gotta be dope, though. You know, for as long as you live, no matter what time in history, after you live, your name will be synonymous for being the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Amazing.
Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. No matter what happens, he's in the books. That's why this win is bigger for him than it is for AJ. Like, had AJ got the win, it wouldn't have made this history. Like, it's just the way that it goes, the way the cookie crumbled. But we got MW 1000 ready. Talk to me.
What's going on, MW?
Oh, my God. He just was unmuted. Champ on Skype. What up? Get your life together. Okay, we're about. Troy, talk to me.
Yeah. How you doing?
All right.
Okay, sure. Hello?
Yep.
Okay, good. You know what? You need help getting out that chair.
What's going on, Troy?
You need help getting out the chair?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he doing
Checkmate
something.
Boxing, talk to me.
What's going on, Checkmate?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes,
can I get a one? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, just like I called that he's going to knock him out, I'm also calling there won't be an immediate rematch. If AJ loses to Ruiz twice, he's done. So what's going to happen now, AJ is going to probably fight Dylan White in a stadium fight in the UK because the UK fans, that still will be huge for them. Okay? So he got to regroup himself right now. He will not, 9 out of 10 times Ruiz will beat AJ because of his flaws. Secondly, Ruiz and Wilder will not fight.
But isn't there an announcement already, Champ? Champ. There's already
no, listen. You listen. Come on, how many announcements Eddie has made, brother? Come on, man. You know the shenanigans. They have to do this to save face. He will not fight Ruiz. I'm telling you.
It's kind of early to start saving face, though, bro. I mean, they got until December. Remember, it's kind of early to start with the shenanigans.
Well,
you could still listen. He's wasting an excuse by using it today. Like, AJ could still be on vacation excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got to say, yeah, he wants an immediate rematch announcement coming. You could still be saying AJ is taking time with his family. He's going to have a vacation like he always does. When he gets back, he's going to be clear-headed. Then we'll sit down and talk. He's not saying that. He's saying AJ and I already spoke. We want a rematch. Like, you don't. I mean, I called you a hater before, and you were right. But I got to keep my energy the same.
But check this out. You hear Eddie speaking. You didn't hear AJ talk. Even if AJ did say
But
something.
we always hear
I
Eddie
just
speaking for
understand what's going
AJ.
on.
We always hear Eddie
Right.
speaking for
Well,
AJ.
just like just like AJ say, well, I don't even know if there's a rematch clause in the contract because I didn't ask for one. Eddie always speak, but that's what Eddie does, man. So this is what I feel. I feel like there's going to be he's going to be a huge star because there's a lot of people who walking around looking like him. He's going to have Krispy Kreme commercials. He's going to have the Snicker commercials. He's going to be the champ for the everyday guy, right? Especially for the Mexicans and the Mexican Americans. So Al Heyman's going to take advantage of that and put them out and draw those Mexican subscribers, viewers to PBC, and also bring in new Mexican fighters to PBC. So I figure they're going to get him three paydays, and then he'll fight Wilder. But right now, it's no use. People calling for him to fight.
Cut it. I feel the same though. You know, if he could get this win, he deserves like Areola. It sucks because I would have given him 2 Areola Washingtons, then Kanaki. But that might be too long for Wilder. You know, Wilder's been out here. Wilder is Heyman's franchise fighter, but all that could change. You see how much they were doing for Mikey, Mike. Like,
yeah, of course.
Once Mikey got with Al, it was like, what you want? Oh, you want him? Take him. You want Robert? Get him. You want Zlats? Get him. Oh, you want Earl? Here. Like, so, bruh, you never know how they gonna treat this Mexican. They may be like,
this is an investment from Al Heyman, and you best believe he's going to make sure that this investment pays off in the long run. And he's going to make sure Andy has some good money too before he goes into a big fight with Deontay Wilder.
I wish Al was like us. Like, I know he's like us because he's from Cleveland, Ohio. You know, he's from the inner city, and he just made a beautiful life for himself. Went to school and all that great shit. But I wish he was like us, bro, because damn, he could be so like entertaining if he was on social media, bro. Like,
depending on what kind of personality.
Exactly, but bro, if he
was, you talked to him like one-on-one, right?
3 times in my fucking life.
How was like the interaction?
Very, very calm. Like, no, Mr. Gibbs, we can talk off air, but not on camera.
So he
like
knew
that.
who you were.
Well, I mean, I fucking introduced myself, of course.
Okay.
But after the first time, like, he knew me, bro. I thought, after I met him the first time, I said, yo, the next time I meet him, I used to tell people, I mean, watch, I'll be the first one to interview him. Watch. Next time I meet him, I got him. I met him again, and I hit him with the sob story, like, you don't know what an interview with you is going to do for me, Mr. Haymon. It's like, I could talk to you, but it'll be off, off air. And it's like, damn, even with the sob story, champ. Like right now, if I had an Al Heyman interview, it would still be growing. It would still be getting hit. He has nothing.
I got a plan for that.
I don't even know if there's video of him other than, actually I do have a video of him on YouTube, which just keeps growing, but it's not talking. It's just a video of him because people don't even know what he looks like. They think Sam Watson is fucking Al.
Absolutely, but yeah, man, maybe a report or expose on Al Heyman maybe better, maybe something written instead of.
I mean, probably. Look, when it's all said and done, maybe someone will because he's influential and he's changed the game for sure. Let's get out to Boomeranga in Canada, Jose.
Popping all this champagne, popping all this rosé, getting money like Jose, chain code Norway, shorty want that foreplay, I'm like no way, gotta rock it like Coldplay, killing it, OJ, getting cheese like Green Bay.
Yo boys, what's going on? You know what? I think the whole Andy Ruiz like setting back like man's physique 100 years, I think it's a little exaggerated. I think unfortunately, he's gonna get fat shamed, no one's really gonna want to look like him, man. That's the truth, unfortunately, So I mean that's the first thing. And I mean the second thing is that AJ does have the opportunity to right all his wrongs, man. I think he can beat him. Like he should be able to. Guys, I said it yesterday.
You thought he could beat him the first time, but he didn't. We all thought he could beat him, but he didn't.
Well, I always thought that AJ and Deontay are in danger every time they fight, because even though those are the only guys in the heavyweight division that have that one power punch that can end a fight, but they're also the guys that get clipped by everybody, and they're vulnerable. They're absolutely vulnerable. So those guys, every time either of those two guys step into the ring, they can either kill the opponent they're fighting or they get clipped, man. It's what makes them fun to watch. So I think Deontay is in danger as well. Like, Reese is a guy who could take a punch and he can get up, right? And if he happens to catch Deontay, he'll do the same to him. He'll hurt him, he'll stumble him, and it's just one of those things that's going to happen, man. That's why this heavyweight era is so entertaining, because these guys aren't at the level of Lewis and Tyson and Holyfield and Bull. These guys are like those lower level guys that don't have that ultra competition, which makes it really fun, man, because any of these guys can lose at any time. So I think that fight, AJ versus Reese, is going to be a massive fight. And I also think that number of 5,000 to 16,000 views, man.
Cut it. Dom in Seattle. Actually, Dom, one moment. We got Stainless in the Detroit.
Straight to the point for those with attention deficit. I'm so repetitive, so I gotta repeat. Stainless from the streets to the deep. I'm coming with that heat. All you need to know about me, I'm coming with that heat.
Yo, TBV, what's good, baby?
What up?
What up, Stainless?
Man, you already know, man. Yo, when we gonna do that Border Wars immediate reaction show? Cause man, that was the greatest fights of the weekend. We had a lot of upsets and some gifted wins over there on Sunday. So I just can't wait to talk about them Border Wars fights. Is Anthony Joshua's stock gonna rise if he beats Andy Ruiz? Personally, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already got beat by Andy Ruiz, who nobody thought would beat you. And then you show that you not just chinny, but you chinny as fuck. So right now, I think if anything, Anthony Joshua has the biggest target on his back, because he's the most vulnerable. I mean, Tyson got put to sleep and immediately woke up by Deontay. Deontay had been stunned by Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? And Dillian White has been knocked out by Joshua. But those guys have all come back from that. And as N.O. has said several times, man, you can't get no stronger chin. Your chin ain't going to get better over time. So I don't really think so, man. And if you stay out there, if he don't go for that rematch, then that makes him a bigger target in the, you know what I'm saying, in the UK. And, you know what I'm saying, to be honest, I'm almost on Dave Allen, you know what I'm saying, thing. Like, maybe it's time for him to retire, because how you going to come back from that? You know what I'm saying?
What
like,
y'all talking about, my nigga?
Think about it like this, right? If he stays domestic, you know what I'm saying, like, the blueprint has already been made out. If he doesn't fight Ruiz, you know what I'm saying, like, who he going to beat in the UK right now?
Why
you know
would
then
you
if he
not
stays
fight
domestic,
Ruiz?
And if he stays domestic, then how you going to build your name over here? You know what I'm saying? So I don't really see a lot of... What up?
Why wouldn't he fight Ruiz again?
Did you see what happened in the last fight?
I seen what happened.
I don't blame that on no concussion.
Take a guy who's champion with 3-4 belts, just gonna let that shit slide?
When a guy was manicured to be the champion that he is and didn't really have to, you know what I'm saying, didn't really have a lot of difficult fights to get there, you know what I'm saying? It ain't a bottom step.
Shouldn't there be something inside of a person that hears shit like you said? He's manicured, he's built up, he's a fake champion. Should there be something inside you that say, man, I want to prove all these motherfuckers wrong? These niggas don't know my life. They don't know my struggle. Let me show these people.
Since I personally have been saying that for a year and a half or 2 years, and he ain't did shit about it yet, why would I think he gonna do something now? But I heard that my 10-second clapper. So as I always say, man, please make sure you push the thumbs up and share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. TBV for life. Peace.
The true mark of a man is how he acts in the face of adversity and how he comes back from it. Not how he acts when everything is going well and going on his side, but how he acts in the midst of adversity. That what makes a person and defines their character and who they want to be in life.
Bro, he's already said that this is all part of the journey, man. Like, he just got to get back. And we've seen, bro, Samuel Peters, hey, yo, and not only that, Wilder told you, man, B-sides get more opportunity at title shots. How many title shots has Chris Arreola had and we never thought he was going to get? We never thought he was on that title track, right? But, like, you get him because you a B-side. So, AJ will be back because that's just the way things are, man. Let's go out to Dominic in Seattle.
Yo. I think that even if Anthony Joshua does it again, if he loses, it's a wrap. He gotta hang it up. He gotta retire. I feel like they ain't gonna allow Al Heyman's gonna push for bigger money, and he'll probably pay that fucking fee he got to pay to Eddie Hearn.
Nobody wanted Marcos Maidana to retire. And when he came, when he flaunted a comeback, we were all excited. But he lost back to back. Like, y'all got to stop the bullshit.
Yeah, but still, though, I mean, Anthony Joshua looked like Clark
And
Kent,
Marcos
man. He didn't look
Maidana
right.
never, ever in his fucking
Anthony
life
Joshua
was
didn't
as
look
big
right,
as
though.
Joshua.
You know damn well Anthony Joshua didn't look right. That dude didn't look right, and Andy Ruiz
Bro, you
is
won't
a
look
blueprint.
right if you got somebody beating
He's a
you up
blueprint.
too.
Nah, he's a blueprint.
He ain't
Anthony
no
Joshua
blueprint.
can't take a
Everybody
punch.
can't do what Andy did. Andy went in there and got in the fire. Andy took
Man,
his shots, man, to
come
hit
on.
back. What you talking about?
Okay, so answer this question: does Wilder beat Andy Ruiz?
I don't know. We gotta see. I gotta see Andy more. This is only one performance to assess him. It's too difficult because just
I
last
love Andy.
week.
I love Andy, but he better.
Just last week, I was saying Andy lost. I told Wilder, I argued with Wilder. Wilder said, yo, Andy beat Joseph. I said, man, Andy lost to Joseph. So, I don't know yet. I need to see more Andy. Can he be this motivated and let his hands go with everybody?
He rushed the tall man, though.
Exactly. So what's gonna happen? So what's gonna happen when he get on the inside with Wilder, who got long arms? I know Wilder likes to say that he never been outboxed on the inside, but who got longer arms? Whose punches are gonna be more shorter, compact? What could happen? We don't know. We don't know. And boxing keeps teaching us to stop assuming shit is going the way we think.
Yeah.
We thought Earl was going to knock out Mikey, and he went a decision. We thought AJ was going to beat Ruiz. He got his ass knocked out. There's plenty of shit. This was the year of the upsets. 2019, people have fallen and risen.
Yeah, Andy won't be Wilder. Look here, man. Damn, what's the point Dominic brought up? Yeah, the fucking Al Heyman shit.
Bruh, you saying Andy won't be Wilder. Hold on. You saying Andy won't be Wilder. This was the second biggest puncher in the heavyweight division, and Andy got up the deck. Didn't look delirious. Knocked him down twice in that round, and then commenced to beat him up for another 4 rounds.
Let me ask you something. When Wilder hit people, don't he hit them a little bit different than
when Wilder hit people, they get up. They get up too. When Wilder hit people, sometimes they get up. Actually, Dominic Brazil got up. Luis Ortiz got up. Tyson Fury got up.
Got up drunk.
They got up. Now you want to change the goalpost. Now you want to add. Now you want to add something else in. Now you want me to say who got up and was drunk. Okay. We could do that too. We could preference it that way.
That 10th round final knockout came. He was on his knees praying. He ain't get up.
Bruh,
Fury got up.
Hey, listen.
You can get up and start falling back and shit. That's cool. We all know your equilibrium off.
Listen, Andy is short. Andy could stay on the inside. Andy could,
I seen what happened when a nigga tried to get on the inside with Wilder that was short.
Who? Spielka ain't fucking Andy Ruiz.
He not. He not at all.
Spielka ain't Andy Ruiz.
He not, but man, them short guys gonna have a tough job against them 6'7".
All right, but all you doing is talking about the finish. Yeah, Wilder finished him, but Wilder was being outboxed by Spielka. Did you watch the fight?
I watched the fight. I didn't think he was being outboxed by Spielka.
Word?
Outboxed?
I mean, that's the narrative, no?
Nah,
you haven't heard that.
I thought Spielka did win some rounds. Yes. I definitely, but I don't outboxed. Nah, I thought Wilder was pumping that jab in his face, but he was trying to figure out that southpaw shit.
Let me tell you what type of fighter you dealing with Andy Ruiz. When he dropped AJ 2 times in the 3rd round. The 4th round, he came out and did body work for the next 2-3 rounds. Bruh, you dealing
that
with a smart
6th round body
man.
shot, that hurt.
You
Like
dealing with a
that,
smart
AJ
man,
can
man.
throw no more
You dealing with a
punches.
smart man. We can't count him out at this point. You know,
But
right
back
now
to
we don't
Al
know. Right
Haymon,
now we
though.
don't know if it's fluke city. We don't know if it's fluke city. He gotta do it again.
Do you think Al Haymon will really consider taking Eddie to court and like
I don't know. I'm
he ain't
just,
doing that shit, homie?
that's our job as radio hosts is to, put ideas in the minds of our listeners, make them think. Could Al do it? Maybe. Maybe it's too much of a lawsuit, too big, too much money, too much bullshit. I don't know. I don't know what could be done. I bet you they're going to go over that contract with a fine comb and a magnifying glass. I'll tell you that. We're going to go out to Mike's opponent. If you haven't seen that fight, head on over to patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice and check Mike and FOG Boxing Talk do damage. Born. What up?
Chris,
What up? What up? What up?
What up? What's going on, man?
Oh, shit. You see that energy different, Born? Oh, shit. Nah, I'm fucking with you.
Nigga, respect now. We got in the ring with each other. Shit, respect, baby. That's all it is.
Nah, I know. I'm teasing.
Yeah, I ain't got no anger. I ain't got no anger with Mike. You know what I'm saying? I respect him. The judge is a little fluky, but we can talk about that another time.
Oh, okay. Now we here. Now we here. Judge a little fluky for who? For you? For you? Yeah, probably so.
But Ruiz, man, I really do think Ruiz got a chance at, like what Ness said, is becoming a very large Mexican star, even rivaling Canelo, due to the fact that he speak English and, like Ness was saying, he an everyday man. He eats Snickers. You can catch him at the Fat Boys eating burgers and shit like that. That's somebody that give hope to regular people. You know what I'm saying? So I really rival Canelo, because Canelo don't speak no English. That's one thing that really messed Canelo up, is he don't speak English, and English is a language that's worldwide. And with him not being able to speak it at all, you know what I mean?
Everywhere,
and he speak well.
FOG. Listen.
Man, Canelo speak English.
Yo, UK, listen. Everywhere, Mike. Everywhere. Like, I'm about to go to the Dominican Republic. If you don't speak English, they ain't hiring you. You need to know Spanish and English. Why? Because so many Europeans fly in there, Canadians fly in there, and Americans. You gotta know English, champ. You gotta know English. Got to, man.
He got that regular look. He got that regular look that the regular average Joe going to gravitate to. I think that if Snickers, McDonald's, or something like that, I think one of them going to grab him up, man. He going to really blow, because Canelo could never do that.
How many laborers you think know who the fuck Andy is? Like, I used to be a truck driver. When I was getting behind them truck, you don't think they knew the Mexican fighters? You crazy? Not they gonna know this dude because he was right there picking boxes up with him. I'm telling you, man. I'm keeping it real, bro. I'm telling you. I worked in factories. I worked in cheese factories. I've been a truck driver. It's us in the fucking warehouses. Who else? Black and Latinos. You don't see no white boys packing boxes. Not in my neighborhood anyway. Not in this region. I'm just keeping it real. I'm telling you, this dude about to have the masses behind him. He just got to keep winning.
Yeah,
bro,
all you gotta do, man, keep winning, bro.
Look at the menu. Look at the menu they gave Mikey. Come on, bro.
Yeah, they gonna give him a nice little schedule coming up 2020. If he beat Joshua, of course.
I think he's gonna beat Anthony Joshua. If they go into a rematch right now, I don't think I think styles make fights, and stylistically, Anthony Joshua can't compete with him.
I gotta beg to differ, man. I think the next time we see Joshua and them in the ring will be a more competitive fight than we seen this past weekend.
I don't know, man. It looked like he took the fight out that boy. Bruh, he hit Ruiz with that motherfucker. Boom!
Yeah,
Ruiz
that
went down. Then he hit him with that right hand, and he ain't go nowhere. That shit changed things, man, in his own mind. He's going to doubt himself now. It don't matter how motivated he is to get them belts back. He's still going to doubt. Can I knock this motherfucker out? Can I? Is he going to always get up, coach? Bro, you traded what they say in boxing. What's the cliche? Don't hook with a hooker.
The hooker.
They both hooked and one
Yep.
man went down. Bro, that was a good fight, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the rematch. Because we don't know, man. We don't know if Andy, if it's real. It's like he keeps saying, I'm still pinching myself. Me too. Is it real? Did he really do it? Can he do it again? Was it a fluke? Was it a fluke? And that's going to motivate him because he used everything we said, all the negative comments, he used it to fuel him. Hopefully he knows that right now we don't know. We don't know. We don't know if he is what he is or if this was Joshua. You got the UK fans saying this dude had a concussion, saying that he, something about his eye, all these things, partying in Miami, like all these excuses are coming out now. Joshua is being a true champion, saying that nothing happened. Andy was just a better man. So we got to see, can they do it again? Robert, talk to me on Skype.
What's going on, Robert?
Robert's probably just listening as he does most of the time.
Nah, I'm here. What's up, fellas?
What up?
Nothing much, man. Like, I don't understand these people saying AJ needs to retire. I mean, Ruiz had his number, bruh. Like, he took it, he got in the fire, and he took him out. I mean, it is what it is. Joshua's been a beast. I'm a Deontay guy, not a Joshua guy. I don't like the way Eddie Hearn works and the shit Joshua been doing, but give the man a chance. Some of the best champions out there had big losses or been upset and come back.
Especially in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, especially when every man can punch. Get off that bullshit. Learn something about boxing, fellas. This is the way the game goes, especially in the heavyweight division. Now, Ruiz going to have to do it again. And before I believe in him, I believe in what he did and the power and the willpower he has. And I'm a Latino myself, so man, it was a great day for me. But I want to see it again. I want him to be great. But we'll see. And one more thing. I don't think he needs to change too much with his body. Tighten up a little bit around the midsection, but when you start doing too much physical,
that happened to Areola. When Areola lost too much weight, then he blamed it on losing too much weight.
You're gonna mess with what you do best. So that's my call, brother. I love listening to you guys, man. TBB for life.
Rob,
yeah, my advice to like all heavyweights, man. Just like you walk around. Weight, take about 5 pounds off that.
But listen,
that's what you should be fighting at.
The truth is, bro, after watching that Ellie Setback video from 10 years ago, Andy will never look like AJ.
Never.
It's just not.
It's
genetically, it's not in his genetics. You know what I mean? He'll never look like AJ unless he pumps iron, quits boxing, and does steroids. It's the only way.
Man, we don't want that.
It's the only way. He's gonna have to quit boxing, dedicate his life to weightlifting, to shape all that.
Nah, bro. Keep on boxing, Andy. Yeah. They pay you well.
Did we ever get to speak to MW1000?
I don't believe so.
There you
MW1000, are you there?
He figured it out. MW1000.
Family.
What up, homie? How you living?
I'm good, man. I'm from London. I'm Mike Waters, by the way. Last time I came, you guys gave me a lovely reception. Last time was my first time. So I just changed my name because that was my government name, you know what I'm saying?
Got it.
I mean, you just told everybody though.
Well, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But yeah, listen, one love again. Basically, about Ruiz, I'm from the UK. I'm a big AJ fan. We're from the same city, from the same hood. I know the guy. We all love him, etc., etc. But Ruiz whooped him. Do you know what I'm saying? He whooped him, and that's basically what it is. No excuses. He whooped him, he schooled him, he put him down, and it's what it is. It's what it is. You know, we know that AJ's got that heart, but I don't see how he's going to do something different in the next fight. Because Ruiz did say, look, my speed, my movement, and that's what he did, right? And AJ couldn't live with it. So I don't think in the second fight, I just don't see how AJ can change that. But he's going to have to go for that fight. Speaking of Ruiz, I think he can be a big star, but I think there's a ceiling on that, brothers. Because look, Tyson Fury is not the star in the UK. AJ is because of the looks. Do you know what I mean? It's just the body type. You don't have grandmothers and mothers and girlfriends all queuing up to buy Tyson Fury's shit. You know, no one's doing that in the UK, but they all do it for AJ. And I think with the Mexicans, Canelo's got that pretty boy thing going on, and that brings in the ladies because those fellas ain't spending no money. That's just my couple of words, bro.
MW. Mike, thanks for calling in from London. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. MW, man, great call. I would kind of have to agree to you because, like I said earlier, man.
Check this out, man. I thought I read this wrong yesterday, but I just took my time. Mexican Americans, and this is back in July 2016. This census was done, Mike. So how many motherfucking newborn babies is out there in the last 3 years? Okay. As of 2000,
Nigga, how many got made, niggas, Saturday night after Andy won?
Exactly. As of July 2016, Mexican Americans made up 11.2% of the United States population, as 36.3 million U.S. residents identify as being full or partial Mexican ancestry. Okay? That is a fucking huge percentage. As of July 2016, Mexican Americans comprise 63.2% of all Latinos in America. So
I believe they say in like the next 20 years, like Mexican Americans are gonna be like the biggest minority group. They're gonna like take over for the African Americans because our like numbers like going down over time and shit. So
damn, so there's gonna be hella voting scandals.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of bullshit going on, bro. It's gonna be a lot of dirty politics.
Because there's no way a Democrat doesn't stay in office with all those Mexicans. It's just insane. But yeah, that's why these people's analogies are wrong. That's what I'm trying to tell you. AJ, no one can be this big. Now Wilder can, because luckily for Mexicans, they not racist. You know what I'm saying? They gonna follow you. If you a fighter, you a fighter. It's like, no, he got cojones and Viva Wilder. You know what I mean? So they gonna go for whoever fight the best, whoever knocks out whoever got the baddest balls. So Wilder could tap to both markets, but Ruiz can make a case for himself.
We got a couple of super chats.
And we gotta believe that Al knew this, right? You know, we later found out that rumor that he gave him that money. Oh, I hear you, Mike. I just keep talking. I'm sorry. We later found out that rumor that he paid his contract for him, right? Like he gave him the money to buy his contract. I just wanted to get that information out there. Like we keep thinking that life is checkers. This man is playing chess, bruh.
That's the investment that I keep talking about.
Exactly.
The investment made
and I just wanted to reiterate that like, dude is thinking 2-3 steps ahead of us, man.
How confident how confident was Andy going to Al? Like, bro, let me get that fight, man. I know I can beat him. Let me get that fight.
Man, I just can't wait for the day I could tell my mom you ain't got to work no more. That shit was dope. That's what I'm telling you. You don't know the amount of people he won over because he's the regular guys. Like, I just want to say, Mom, I got you. That's it. You don't got to struggle no more. Man, that shit rang out in everybody's soul.
Everybody's soul. But we got a super chat from Dog215. Ness, how many views did AJ do on Dazn?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, but you know, there's rumors. You can check it for yourself. There's rumors out there. You know, I don't really do rumors unless they're reported from specific sources like ESPN, Coppinger, Pugmire, IDIC, something like that. I'm not just gonna do a chat room forum rumor.
Or Spencer Fearon, like when he tweeted out about the $4 million for yard.
I mean, we did do that, didn't we?
Yeah. I'm saying, but he's a credible. I mean, Spence ain't just gonna put out no bullshit. You know?
No, and it ended up being absolutely true. We ended up getting Tundi, and then all the news broke that the
that fight
was
is canceled though.
Yeah, it is canceled over there now.
We got another one from Alexander Otero. I am in good shape in construction. A lot of guys I know are always at the gym, and I laugh at them. I get paid to look like this. They get paid to be in shape. We got one from Tracy Sims. Bro, AJ could not make this business self bigger unless he win here. AJ can't beat him. Give me on record with be bigger than Canelo. Blacks love him to fam. Yeah, man. Black people do like Andy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, see, it's something about like those fat guys, man, that people just like so joyful about. You know what I'm saying? Like Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Like Pun. Like Andy. Like motherfucking Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? Just something about those joyful guys that people resonate
He's a
with.
lovable guy anyway with those smiles. He don't
And
stop
that's what I'm saying.
smiling.
Like all those guys had that like livable appeal about themselves.
Matt in Norway with a super chat says, I called from Norway and wanted to show the extra love for TBV, getting me through those work days. I am from the UK, not Australia. AJ is more famous in the US now and more people will watch the rematch. I believe that. I believe that more people will watch the rematch. I believe that his profile has risen in the UK, in the US, but not how they would have wanted is all that I can
Just got to
say.
come back and capitalize on it. And I wish he would come back to the states and not do it in the UK. Then Lennox would come back over here and beat Rockman and beat Oliver McCall or
Listen,
was that?
that's the option. That could be what Ruiz is talking about. Al still could sit down. I'm sure he has a group of people, that survey the landscape and can see where this fight makes sense, in terms of bringing it to America. AJ's on that fight by fight. Maybe they can convince. Listen, right now, if you're Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, and Barry, what do you think? Talk to me, Mike. Right now, you got a fight by fight with DAZN, and your biggest fighter took a loss. Pay-per-view doesn't sound right to you right now?
Man, look here. You on fight by fight with the zone. Your biggest fighter took a loss. Either you look, Eddie's still on the contract with the zone. We know the zone has an out after 2 years, I believe. After the $250 million mark, somewhere around there. But we know that they have an out. The 8 years is not guaranteed. If you're Eddie Hearn and you're looking at the landscape, you seen the numbers you just did on the zone. Eh, behind Canelo still. You know, with a Mexican American fan base, you can pretty much gouge them. Oh, I'm sorry, but they gonna buy it.
They gonna
They
buy
gonna
it.
buy it,
They
bro.
gonna buy it.
And then
And it's gonna be more money for AJ. It's gonna be more money for AJ. I think that Ruiz knows he's in charge because of that. Because it's like maybe Al had that convo like Ruiz. Don't worry. If you win, those belts will stay here. You never, because a fight in LA makes how much more sense? And even if they had to succumb to New York again, so that
put that shit in Vegas, baby.
Yeah, but
Big
Vegas.
fights
No,
go in
listen,
Vegas, dog.
listen. I get you.
These kind of heavyweight fights, they go in Vegas, dog.
I get you.
That hype, that site fee, that shit goes in Vegas.
Okay, but listen to this though. AJ's still the A side because of the contract. Because of the contract. So his team isn't gonna want it to go to Vegas because Vegas is more expensive for UK people, right? They gotta fly longer and further, right? Isn't it further for them? I think New York is closer.
I thought, yeah, it's closer, but I thought since Vegas is like a tourist attraction, flights to Vegas should be not that much more expensive. I
I
wouldn't
doubt
think.
it, bro. Listen, if that was the
If you're UK guy and you've been to Vegas, let me know.
listen, if that was the case, Mike, why didn't they do this in Vegas?
That's true.
Think
Big
about
Baby
it.
from
They already had a Mexican.
but they had Big Baby from New
New
York
York.
trying to build that up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
And
telling
Brooklyn
you,
thing.
no, it's because of the whole Frank Sinatra thing. If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole point. New York is the Big Apple, champ. People from LA come to New York all day. This is where it's at. But
That's
we
the
got.
chat. It's for you, dog. You read that motherfucker.
Uh-oh. Am I in trouble?
Oh no, man. He's just showing love. You know what I'm saying? Everybody listen. Well, we didn't do a betting show, but I wish we did because I would have made a lot of people some money this weekend. Javier just really just raped me. You know what I'm saying? He took all my advice and ran with it.
Damn. Donald Banks, Ness. Thought I was crazy, but Andy made my $83.30 turn into $1,000. I also bet Ivan Redchak would KO Devin Alexander in 4 through 6, and you thought I was crazy, right, Ness? Congratulations on the win, bro. Happy belated birthday. Thank
I
you,
can't
brother.
imagine what 4 through 6 was because Admin Rec was a plus 600 by money line.
Dog, and I can't even believe he got a knockout. That's a shocker. I didn't think he had the power. Didn't he fight
Told you,
Molina?
man. Anybody who go get with fucking Roy Jones as a trainer, go get their ass whooped. Period.
Let's go out to Michael on Skype.
And I love
Hey,
Roy
what's
Jones.
good? What's good, fellas?
Twist.
Man, they gotta run that fight back in the States because you lost the belt here. That means you gotta win it back here in the States. If I'm a true champion, I would want to do that to right this. You know,
I
like he
agree,
gotta
man.
win it back
I
here in the
agree.
States.
If I was a UK fan, I wouldn't accept AJ bring a dude back home to win it. That's like, it's like, you smacked me. I ran home, told my mom. She grabbed me by the arm, pulled me outside, and said, "You better fight that boy." Like, so now I'm fighting you in front of my house? Get your punk ass out of here and come back to the U.S. Get your belts, man.
And there's
Right,
more
you see
money
the
for you
UK
too.
fans was like,
Just made
instantly,
35
he
million,
gonna
so you
run it
gonna
back
make
in
more
the
than that
UK.
next time.
I'm like, nah, bring it back, man.
And I believe there's more money out here. I mean, DAZN might pay out the wazoo for that shit, though. They
Most
might be like,
definitely,
fuck
man.
it. They might be like, fuck it,
But
yo. Y'all think y'all gonna sell 500 pay-per-views? We could pay y'all that.
yeah, but that's my call, fellas. I just wanted to say my 2 cents, man. And love you guys, man. Great work. Keep grinding, man. Much love.
Thank you, brother. Thank
But
you, man.
apparently, man, that app shit ain't working for him though, bro. He
Yeah.
consistently not. He this should have been bigger than. Well,
Bro,
never
if
mind.
that
Cause
app was working, they wouldn't be releasing shit
going into
that
the
quick.
fight, it wasn't like we
Mike,
thought that any chance.
Mike, if the app was working, they wouldn't be releasing shit straight to YouTube.
But at the same time, going into that fight, we didn't give Andy much of a chance. Like the public senses, like we had Stephen A. talking shit. Everybody was just talking shit about how this
And
guy.
that's why I'm telling you, there's no way that AJ winning would have made that bigger. Like, the story was Ruiz. He was the Rocky story. We went to Checkmate, right? We got Noah in LA.
What's going on, Noah, man? How you living? Good morning to you, brother.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
Damn, they
Goodbye.
played y'all right when I went to y'all. That's crazy, yo.
And they played him like that.
They played him like that.
Damn, Noah, get on Skype, man, if you're listening.
Like that, Noah.
Probably not listening because you blocked out, huh? Like,
we going out to Smart Money. Talk to me.
What else, Smart Money?
Smart Money. Dinero inteligente.
Smart Money in the building.
Damn, Smart.
Hey, man, talking to the mic, Smart Money. You know what I'm saying? You sounding like no money right now.
Yeah, you sound like you ain't got no money to buy the right equipment. What the fuck?
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
What? Hello?
Now you sound like you got too much money, nigga. What's going on?
You know.
Yo, Nesta.
What up, bro?
What up, man? This phone to ask you a question, man.
Uh-oh.
Do you not really think AJ should fight Ruiz again?
Goddamn right.
Hell yeah, man. You got to run it back. We want Wilder to fight Fury again. Run it
Goddamn
back.
right, man.
Run it back, champ.
The result was so conclusive that you don't even need a rematch.
Yeah, but he got one. He going to have to put it down.
He got knocked down 4 times by punches that didn't even look that hard.
I mean,
that equilibrium shot, man, different, bro. When you hit in the right spot, don't matter how hard a motherfucker hit him. And who to say Ruiz can't hit hard? He got 21 knockouts coming into the fight. Now he got 22.
Yeah, he just never recovered. He never recovered, man. He want to hope he don't get hit again.
So if Ruiz wins, what does he do after?
He's the man on these streets.
Last time I checked.
What's AJ do if he gets beat again? Does he retire? Does he carry on?
He rebuild, man. He get a David Price fight, then he get a Derek Chisora fight, then he get a Dillian White fight. Then after Dillian White, he back in a title contention mix. He's a name, bro. Dude's still trying to fight Vladimir, bro. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Okay. Well, I think it's pretty much the end for Anthony Joshua after that performance.
Wow.
A 29-year-old man is the end for him.
You got being too nice. Like,
no, it's not being too nice, bro. It's just like this is sports, man. Motherfuckers can't win every time they step on the court, on the field, or in the ring, or in the cage. That's period, man. At the end of the day, only certain fighters go down
All right,
undefeated.
man. Now
What up?
listen what I'm saying. You can't win every.
Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it.
It's just the end of the day, man. Sports is sports, big dog. Like this shit is not a perfect science. It has all kind of variables in it, and when you go into the ring, go into the court, go into the field, you got to be at your tip top because these guys are hungry coming up, and they motherfucking when they smell blood, these young killers will come after your ass and take your spot.
Let's go out to DJ. Talk to me. Shout out to everybody that subscribed to the YouTube channel. We've made it to 104,000. Next milestone, 105,000. DJ, what up on Skype? You talking?
Yeah, big up. Happy Eid and welcome and well done for making it, all your subscribers.
Thank you, brother.
What was I going to say next? You know what? The appetite for the Wilder and Joshua fight is going down now, if I'm honest.
Oh, yeah.
Not feeling it as much anymore.
Of course not, man. The landscape changed, brother. Landscape's changed.
70-30. Wilder's definitely knocking him out now.
Yeah, I feel that way too. But
What
it's a fight
about,
that
yeah,
it's
go
a
on.
fight that I still want to see though.
Yeah, I still want to see it. Obviously, we will see it, and it'll be a good fight. But Wilder's going to knock him out. I'm 100% sure. Before, I thought it was 50-50. Now, that's it.
Well, all right, DJ. We got a super chat with some good information. Looks like Bernie G40 says, watch Ruiz versus Dimitrenko. Ruiz took it to a 6'7", heavy-handed fighter and made him quit on his stool with body shots. Ruiz hits hard. Listen, you know why I overlooked that fight? Because it was Dimitrenko, and he'd been knocked out by everybody. But
Brian Jennings had just knocked him out the previous year.
Yeah, so, you know, Ruiz came out of nowhere because of that. Listen, the matchmakers supposed to be better than us, and they matched him up with AJ. That dude's probably fired. He's probably suspended, something, dude. The dude that brought this name to Eddie, because Eddie's not the matchmaker.
You say 85 of them, nigga? Like what the fuck were you thinking, my nigga? Don't come.
Brother,
We got another
did you see AJ's father try to go at Eddie?
I told you about that. You like, no, man, it wasn't like that.
All right, but what I'm saying is, I'm not running with the narrative. We don't know why he was going at Eddie. What I'm saying is there could be people mad at Eddie, like Eddie could be mad at his matchmaker. Like, Bob don't make the fight. Bob don't tell Vasil who to fight or offer him the 3. He might suggest because he got years in, but Bruce Trampler is the one that matchmakes, man. And that's why everybody that talks about Bruce and the other dude that works for Top Rank, they always speak of him so highly. Look at the stars that they've created in Top Rank. Almost every star you know in boxing today started at Top Rank.
Absolutely.
So, you know, those matchmakers are important. So whoever fucking gave Eddie this name, hell yeah, he's in trouble. I'm not saying he's fired. He's in trouble. He's in the shit house. They mad at him. That motherfucker's getting coffee right now.
Definitely. But, you know, Andy said he DM Eddie, you know what I'm saying, personally. So Eddie might be the person that actually had the final say-so.
I want to believe that Eddie's intelligent enough to take that name to his matchmakers. Does Eddie watch boxing the way his matchmakers do? Is Eddie a matchmaker? And then if Eddie didn't go through a matchmaker, at least if he didn't even motherfucking get advice from his well, then that's Eddie's fault. That's Eddie's fault. Because look, we think we experts because we sit around here and talk boxing every single day for fucking 18 hours a day. And we didn't think Ruiz would win. So, you know, goes to know.
Real quick, if you're listening right now on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. And if you want to do me a real big favor, check out the link that I'm about to put in the chat. Help me and Javier get to 100 subscribers so we can get a URL for our YouTube page. It's called Conflicting Ignorance. We talk basketball, we talk hip-hop, politics, everything, man, from under the sun. So check us out and help us out and get to that 100 mark. Let's go ahead.
Kellen Fisher says there's an old IFL video where they go to Matchroom's office and show the matchmaker. Maybe it was the same UK matchmaker, not a US matchmaker. No, maybe it was. I don't think it was a US matchmaker. I never even mentioned the difference between the two. Because you don't have to be from the US to know about boxing. You could be in any country. Boxing is, global. Sidney Brown, talk to me.
Hey, yeah,
Where you
man.
calling in from, champ?
I just wanted
Where
to
you
say
calling in
that,
from, champ?
no,
Where you calling
in
in from?
Ohio, but yeah, man, I think that Andy Ruiz, he did the job or whatever, and I think that I'm not even sure if they want that rematch, but if they do that rematch, he going down. You know, he got that David Price chin, man. There's gonna be a lot of people that shock him. That shit ain't no surprise. Just mark my words and watch the future. AJ Chin is that American shit, man.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. We got Alexander says, hey, Nestor and Mike, we should do a few, what's this? Sprig shows? I'm fluent in Spanish, born in Puerto Rico, living in Toledo, Ohio. What the hell is Sprig?
I have no idea what sprig is.
Neither does the MacBook. It doesn't come up in the dictionary. Oh, a small stem bearing leaves or flowers taken from a bush or plant. A decent young member of the family. A spring. Another term for glazier. I don't know what the fuck that is. But I guess you want to do some Spanish shows. I would love to do some Spanish shows. I thought Doomy was going to be my Spanish co-host, and I was going to be able to bring in the Mexican demographic and turn us into the first boxing YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers. But I don't have a Mexican cast, Latino cast. So if you want to join
I
me.
definitely don't know Spanish, but I'll listen though, nigga, and learn
You
some
know
shit.
Spanish?
Yeah, I know, like, nigga, like them, basically, like, como te llamas, como estás, de donde eres, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Me
donde eres.
llamo
Yo,
Miguel.
that's gonna work. When you go to DR with me, you're gonna be able to talk to a girl.
Oh, yeah, I know the basics.
Yeah, that was gonna work. But yeah, man, I would totally, you know what? Speak it, believe it, receive it. Anyone out there interested in doing, we could start off with a monthly show. If you're ambitious, we can do a weekly show. And if you're the Latino version of Mike, nigga, we could do a daily Latino show. Let's fucking get it popping. There's Cubans, Mexicans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans out there
That's a big demographic, too, man. That's
that
a
are
big
loving
demographic.
and missing this boxing talk. Now, I'm not gonna be as nasty as I am in English and Spanish. It's just not gonna happen. I was born here. That's why I say Andy Ruiz talks better Spanish than me. But I could definitely talk, and I got hella contacts, man. We could get some Spanish interviews going. I've interviewed Guillermo Rigondeaux. Just plenty of Spanish speaking dudes. So yeah, we could do it. I know Rob, you speak Spanish, but Rob is busy. We need people
We
that
got
are
a
not
super
busy.
chat from Jevin Ness, the zone alleged viewership of AJ Ruiz fight. So he's saying, like, I guess he's asking you what the alleged number was.
Yeah, they said that they came in second or third behind Canelo, which means nothing. They gave us no numbers, right?
Yeah, they gave us no number, but like you said, Makrowski said they won't be
But he's
publishing.
saying, I get, or maybe he's asking me the rumor because he's saying Ness, the zone alleged viewership numbers. I don't know the alleged viewership numbers. I guess again, there's a rumor floating around about 5 or something thousand, but I don't believe it. Like, come on, man, fucking AJ gets 1 million views on a YouTube video. Like, come on, bro, it's crazy. Even though YouTube, like Mike says, YouTube Decimero or Decimero show does well. Like, YouTube is just, we know YouTube already. If you
It's
don't know where
free,
AJ
my
is
nigga.
at,
It comes on your phone for
yeah, but
for
the thing is, if
nothing.
you don't know where AJ is at, you can't watch him. We know YouTube.
Yeah, we definitely know YouTube, but it's just like so convenient where you ain't gotta go download it. It comes preloaded to most phones, to most laptops, to most anything, tablets now. So it's just like a convenient thing. And everybody has a Gmail. I would, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't assume, but a lot of people have Gmail because we use Google as our main web browser. So it just makes sense. So YouTube is a Google bought company now. So it makes sense for people to be able to use YouTube easier and better than the Zone, and makes sense for these companies like the Zone and like Showtime to put their content on YouTube, so you can get more revenue that way and draw in more subscribers to your main base as well.
Let me go out to Boomeranga. Annan, talk to me in the UK. What's up, Annan?
Yeah, so I wanted to get you guys' opinion. Do you guys feel like Eddie Hearn puts too much pressure on Joshua? Because I don't know, like obviously you can see by his facial reaction. I think Teddy Atlas was saying how he didn't seem like he was up for it and stuff. Do you think Eddie's puts too much pressure on him?
No, man, it was time. Like, he couldn't stay in the UK forever. He had to branch out and grow his stardom.
I'm sure that's what he wanted to do. That was his plan all the way. But you can see that he just wasn't there.
I mean, can you be specific? What pressure do you believe Eddie was putting on him?
Well, you know, they're saying he's a big star and all that kind of stuff, though. He hasn't been through all of the big fights yet before he started doing all of these adverts and doing all of the, all of the stuff that he's been getting involved in. Really, he's not a big star yet.
Yeah, but how is that Eddie's fault? It sounds like AJ was doing promotional videos and adverts. He's the one making that money.
But you saw what AJ's dad said, right?
No, is there quotes? I haven't seen quotes yet.
Yeah. So AJ and AJ's dad and Eddie got into it because apparently
Can you speak into the receiver, bro? You keep muffling yourself, and tell us exactly what his father said, because we have not been able to find quotes. Can you give me a link? Tell me where you read this article.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. I'll send it to you after the call anyway. But yeah, no, it just sounded like he was basically. I know you heard about the panic attack and all
which
stuff,
which Eddie Hearns denied.
Yeah, he's denied it, but I don't think he's denied that him and the father got into it. They had an issue, isn't it? So there's even a video. If you see the video of them even arguing in the ring, that there's a video. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah, I haven't seen anything come out like officially with him, his father, quotes or anything like that.
And you need to try and speak directly into the receiver, bro. You go in and out a lot. I know you got Boomerang, so let me know in a message if you want to invoke it. We're going to go to our Boomeranger. Stainless, what's up?
What's going on, Stainless?
Yo, to be honest, I didn't even know I was still on this mug. I was just listening in, so I'm gonna get back to listening. But as I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up and share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. Peace.
Stainless.
Yes, sir.
I guess, and we're about to end it then, unless you want that Boomerang.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Wait, quickly.
DJ, we went to you, Chant. What you mean? How many times we gonna go to you?
Yeah, one question.
Can't.
You locked me off. One quick question.
Can't, brother. We
That
got
nigga try to
Boomerangers.
come on and say we ain't go to him, boy. He's slick.
We got Boomerangers for a reason, brother. Go ahead, Annan.
Yeah. So I just I don't know. Like, I kind of felt like it's just overwhelming for the guy, isn't it? Like, so much pressure on the guy. I know people say, yeah, you should deal with the pressure and all that kind of stuff there, but yeah, I mean, it's too much for him. You can see it in his reaction, isn't it? So, and by his facial reaction. But, yeah, we'll see what happens next. I saw Ruiz Jr. said he doesn't mind having the fight in UK.
Yeah, he's said a few things. You know, he said Mexico too. So we'll see where that takes us.
What would he benefit from having the fight in UK? I thought he would be against that. I don't know.
He won't benefit other than getting paid handsomely by Matchroom, but I'm sure he can make more money in the US on pay-per-view.
So you definitely feel like the Wembley Stadium, 80,000, that wouldn't that would be his best way to make the most money, or I don't know.
No, I think that there's more Mexican Americans in the United States, and I think that this fight can be a pay-per-view now.
Okay.
If Wilder listen to me, Wilder beat Luis Ortiz and he's rematching Ortiz on pay-per-view, why the fuck wouldn't AJ rematch Ruiz on pay-per-view?
Good point, actually. Good point. So end of the year, you think?
Which fight was more exciting? Mike, which fight was more exciting? And Luis Ortiz is getting a pay-per-view. I bet Andy would be dumb if he don't push for the pay-per-view. If he doesn't, if they don't send AJ and Eddie a U.S. offer saying, look at what we can offer you guys here. You sure you don't want to do the rematch here? I mean, it doesn't make. I can't. The issue is Eddie is fucking always fucking ducking ass. Because that's who we need to talk to.
Got to.
He's sitting down with Talk Sports. They asking him stupid shit. Talk to me, Immortal or Immortaleo.
You can call me Raphael.
All right,
Raphael. Where you from, man?
From London.
Talk to us, Raphael.
Hey, yeah, I'm still a big AJ fan, and actually I've always, for a while now, been a fan of Ruiz, and I think both fighters can beat any heavyweight on their day. If you heard AJ in a radio show he did in the US a few months ago, they asked him how he would do against Mike Tyson, and he admitted Mike Tyson was all wrong for him due to his height and technique, and he would probably lose the fight. Now with Ruiz, with his flying hooks and studying Mike, I had to put a few pounds on Ruiz, and I won a few quid too. I think Ruiz won the fight because of his chin and head movement. AJ lost it because of the mental side. Not because he was weak mentally, but because he didn't believe Ruiz had the chin he did. You see, every time he hit Ruiz, he thought every time AJ got knocked down, it was because he thought he could finish Ruiz. And I don't think he quit either. From the third round, the third time he got knocked down, his head was gone. You could see that because when he got straight up from the third knockdown, that's not AJ. He usually waits 7 or 8 seconds before getting up.
Yeah, man. Listen, that's why we need a rematch, man, because you guys just don't believe that it's over. So he needs
Do you know, did you watch Conor McGregor Diaz in UFC?
No, we don't partake in that, but Mike does on his Conflicting Ignorance podcast, which you can subscribe to on YouTube. But I want to thank you for calling in. We do appreciate it. I'm not in no rush as I already got a knockout in Border Wars. So, like Ruiz, I'm chilling, eating Snickers right now. So we could stick around. If anybody wants to Skype in, the number to call in is Nestor Gibbs. Add me on Skype. We must be friends, and you can be part of the conversation. If not, me and Mike are out of here. But we will be back with a Patreon show in a few minutes because we got to do Untitled. And unless Mike has to hit out, do some errands. If not, we'll do it a little later. But I'm ready to rock and roll right now. So if you're a Patreon, just head on over to Patreon. Wait for us right there. We're going to be there. You could say 12 o'clock. If Mike is free, I'm free at 12. I'll walk the dog. We'll be on Patreon. We'll talk all that good shit. Like, where am I going Wednesday? How long am I going to be gone? Who am I going to see? What are we going to do? What's going to happen to the show? Is Mike going to take over the reins? We don't know. So much to discuss. Only on patreon.com/TheBoxingVoice. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO.
Yes. Great show today. Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. Or you can follow the new podcast called Conflicting Ignorance. The YouTube URL will be in the chat in a few seconds. Yeah, me and Javi talk NBA, NFL, UFC, hip hop, politics, pretty much anything under the sun that's conflicting, and we give our ignorant perspective on it. So yeah, check us out. And yeah, man, until next time, Patreon, I can't wait. We had a great weekend, man. I can't wait to just tell you guys about my experience in the Bronx and my experience in my first wheelchair boxing match. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think people been asking for a Border Wars show. I think we're gonna have to do a Border Wars show and an Untitled, kind of keep it separate because they've been wanting a Border Wars show. They want an immediate reaction. They want to know what happened. They want us to talk about it, and I think we need to do that. But catch us on the next one. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel or you're following us on Patreon, and you know all our next moves. Peace.